Be sure to subscribe for more content. What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the BigBC Finance Channel. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Luna 2.0, what has happened to it recently, and where I predict the price to go in the near future, with some key levels I'm looking out for as well. So be sure to stay tuned for that. So first and foremost, Luna 2.0 is in a very, very interesting spot right now, and it's not because of anything fundamentally happening to it. It's everything that's going on with Luna Classic right now, and Luna Classic right now has got some exciting news coming out of the way, which is why we're seeing a massive rise on Luna Classic here, but not such a big rise here on Luna 2.0. As you can compare the supports here. This one is slightly bearish, you could say. It's probably just horizontal, but it's in a slightly bearish direction here, whereas this one's clearly in a bullish direction. So Luna Classic has this news coming out where Binance are going to announce how much Luna Classic is going to burn from its trading fees. And of course, with the supply being burned like this, it's going to raise the prices up in the long term as long as the demand is there. So this is why this is extremely bullish. This is why investors are pouring their money into Luna Classic. And of course, as we know, Luna Classic and Luna 2.0 are going to be very highly correlated. For example, look at the last time we had some good news. So this pump here on Luna 2.0 on the 26th of on Luna Classic on the 26th of September was when Binance announced that it would be implementing that 1.2% burn tax on its platform effective immediately, which was very, very bullish for all investors of Luna Classic, because before that point, Binance objected to adding that feature on. So we saw this 80% pump, and in the same time frame, we saw Luna 2.0, which doesn't have a burn mechanism whatsoever that I know of, nor did it have any bullish news on that day other than what we said about Luna Classic. And in exactly the same time frame, Luna 2.0 comes up around 40%. So as we know, the prices of Luna Classic and Luna 2.0 are correlated, and now we've got a situation where something's going to happen to Luna Classic, either bullish or bearish, depending on the announcement that Binance release. If that announcement is bullish, then I would expect Luna 2.0 to rise in price, and if it's bearish, then we could see Luna 2.0 fall similarly to Luna Classic. Now, that announcement is highlighted in my other video, so if you want to go ahead and watch that, it's linked somewhere in this video here. But basically, the summary of it is there should be around 14 billion Luna Classic burnt. Of course, if we see an announcement that suggests something much shorter than 14 billion Luna Classic tokens are getting burnt, then that's going to be bearish for Luna Classic. I do think a lot of investors are going to pull out, and I do expect Luna 2.0 to follow suit, and we could see a price break through the support here. If we can keep the support, then I'm still not particularly bearish on this. But if we break below the support and we go in this down direction, then we're gonna have to draw another support line that will definitely indicate that that Luna 2.0 is heading in a bearish direction. However, if we see a price that exceeds the 14 billion Luna Classic tokens that we are expecting to be burnt, then we can see the price shoot up. And of course, major levels in either direction are here on this fib. So if we do get a bullish announcement for Luna Classic, then depending on how much Luna Classic pumps, I'll be looking to long here, particularly if there's considerable momentum, and I'll be looking to take profits at these key fib levels. So $2.56 is a major key fib. If Luna 2.0 continues to pump along with Luna Classic and there's a lot of upwards momentum, then I will be holding a position to $2.69 as well. And if Luna Classic continues to pump up into this point, then I expect Luna 2.0 to follow suit, and its next target there would be $2.90. But if the announcement's bad, or we see a massive sell-off for whatever reason in Luna Classic, then Luna 2 will also follow suit as well, I believe. And if we crash below the support line that I'm looking at right now, then we can see the price hit $2.35 there. And if that doesn't hold, then I do see a dump to $2.20 as the final level that I'd be looking to hold my position to on Luna 2.0. So it really does depend on whether this announcement is good or not. Of course, you can follow along here on Twitter. So here's the announcement page. I'll link this down in the description below if you want to see it. But also on Twitter, you want to be following CZ Binance. So make sure you got his notifications on as well, so that anytime he tweets about what's going on with Luna Classic, we get that straight away. And I think they will announce it on Twitter first, so you'll be the first to know how much Luna Classic has been burnt. And of course, follow Binance as well, not just CZ Binance, but Binance, the app here as well. Follow them, put the notifications on, and just look out for how much billions Luna Classic tokens they've burnt. If it's below expectations, the price is going to go down like this. And of course, if there's a lot of momentum, that confirms it. There will be a lot of volatility as well, so I do come to expect a lot of volatility as well. So it might look something like this. A lot of momentum in the down direction might be very quickly reversed into an up direction. But in a case where it's better or worse than expected, then there should be a clear winner in direction there. So that volatility should head in an upwards direction if better than expected, or if worse than expected in a downwards direction. Of course, if the announcement is as expected, if 14 billion tokens are burnt and everyone was expecting 14 billion, then I just expect a lot of volatility within the next few hours here. We don't know when the announcement is as well, I should add. So it could be a few hours down the line here, but I'm just assuming here that it is within the next few hours, and the chart would literally look like this. There'll be a bunch of candles in this region with very long wicks, I imagine. And of course, if it is as expected, then I'll be looking at Luna Classic and what that's doing. Generally, it's following this bullish channel here, though. So, if the announcement is as expected and the price continues to follow this bullish pattern, then I am still bullish on Luna Classic. And I do expect Luna to be following this same support here as well. So although not particularly in a bullish direction, I'd expect the price to continue consolidating like this, and I'll be looking for tradable patterns like triangles and stuff like that in order to trade Luna 2.0. But obviously if there's clear tradable signals. So of course, in summary on Luna 2.0, it's pretty common sense. I do expect a lot of volatility when the announcement comes out, and I'm looking to Luna Classic to see what happens basically, and that announcement, basically what happens to Luna Classic will probably happen to Luna 2.0 as well. So I'm looking at the direction on Luna Classic. The better than expected scenario could be all the way up here like this. You know, if it is as expected, I see a scenario where the price continues along like this, maybe in a slightly bullish direction, because that's the kind of general trend that we're seeing in Luna Classic. So we could see the price go upwards a little bit rather than just sideways. But in a worse than expected scenario, then I would see the price going down to these fib levels here, ultimately to $2.20, because as you know, Luna 2.0 and $2.20, that's a very strong support level there if we go back in time. So $2.20 would be my bearish target, $2.90 my bullish, obviously taking profits at major levels as well. And of course, if it is as expected, then I'll be looking for more tradable signals like triangles or other consolidation patterns in order to be trading on Luna 2.0. So that's all I have to say in this video, really. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If it was, be sure to like this video, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already, and otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.